mean, it's not what you envisioned, but you do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. And people were very understanding. That was the other thing. Like, shout out to everybody, you know, who supported and attended my first pop-up, because we had a couple of really big, like, snafus. So, like, we ran out of to-go boxes. You know, we were serving everything to go. We ran out of boxes like 2 hours before it was over. So we had to halt service for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So people had to, whatever the normal wait time was, people had to wait an additional half hour for their food. But this is where, you know, we talked about my wife and her support and different things like this. This is where she's a genius. So she and her friend ran down the street to the closest liquor store they could find. They bought as many bottles of champagne as they could get their hands on and red Solo cups. And they just went around. There were hundreds of people there. They just went around pouring people free champagne. And I kept getting on the mic and apologizing. And everybody was like, shut the fuck up. We're having a great time. We'll wait on the food. We heard from these people who've already eaten that it's so good, so on and so forth. So it was amazing. So like the two biggest, you know, obstacles that we had were the ice cream, the running out of boxes, and then I think the last 10 orders for the night, we had run out of food completely. Like, we had, one of the dishes that we did was, that I did was jerk chicken fried rice.
Yeah. So
we had like a mound of jerk chicken.
Okay.
But no rice. We run out of rice. There's this dish I created called the charcuterie burger.
Okay.
We had the prosciutto, we had brie and arugula, but we didn't have buns or, you know, ground beef left.
It sounds so interesting, the charcuterie burger.
Yeah, so it's like, it's all the components of like of charcuterie, like, you know, brioche bread, arugula, I did brie, gorgonzola, prosciutto, crispy prosciutto, beef patty, and berry compote.
Damn.
Yeah. It is fucking delicious. You get every note. You get juicy, meaty, tangy, sweet.
No, it sounds.
You get the peppery.
Make me want to
from
say
the
some
arugula.
stupid Guy Fieri shit.
Yeah,
like a flavor.
Yeah. You're rolling in the fucking flavor town with that shit. Like, it's one of my proudest recipes, like, for sure. But both pop-ups were incredible.
Have you ever read Danny Mayer's book? Shake Shack founder.
I have not.
So he has a couple cooking books. One's called Setting the Table, and he talks about hospitality and service. Mm-hmm. Good service is doing what you're supposed to do properly. Hospitality is the way you make people feel.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of what he was pitching.
You got to text me that book when we finish. I definitely want to pick that up.
I'm a big fan of the way he talks about it. I don't know Danny Mayer personally, but as far as what he talks about in that book, it applies to so many things when you're dealing with other people, because hospitality, and what you're talking about, your wife with the champagne, that's how people felt, right? That cliche that people say that people don't always remember what you did or what you say as much as how you made them feel when you pass on. Yeah. And if you make people feel good, then they remember you fondly.
And they do, and it you know, it's just it's a testament to exactly what you're talking about. Like, you just reminded me there was someone who came to the pop-up. They waited over an hour for their food. I don't know what happened with the ticket, because we had a ticketing system. I don't know what happened with their ticket. They waited over an hour for their food and ended up having to leave without their food.
Oh, damn.
So I went to go refund them. Shopify, if you want to pay my buddy Neil here for his podcast, I'll sing you guys his praises. I love Shopify. But Shopify has a cool feature where you can refund people in real time from the app right there.
I've been a Shopify partner for like probably 14 years.
He's a Shopify partner.
I love Shopify.
I love it.
It's empowered people to take care of some just incredible stuff.
And their platform is really, really intuitive. Like, even if you don't have a design, you know, bug in your body at all, like, you can get on that platform, and just figure it out. Your
images, it'll help a long way.
Yeah, so I went to refund somebody, and they're like, dude, I had an incredible time. I love you. I'm supporting what you're doing. if you try to refund me, I'm going to send the money back to you via Venmo or some other, vehicle or whatever the case was. And that type of feedback for me like meant everything. And that's why I want to read that book that you were talking about.